what makes me a critic of fine dining? Nothing, absolutely nothing. I'm literally just gonna go over the top 5 restaurants that I have found and I enjoy in Greater Victoria. The first one's got a real personal story attached to it, so stick around right to the end. Before we get into that, I just want to remind you guys, it really helps out the channel if you can just hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and give us a comment. If you guys have different restaurants that you would like me to go give a try, I'd be open to that. Certainly, I do go out not nearly as much as I used to, so happy for any tips. Just leave the tips or the recommendations in the comments. Number 5 is the Bodega and Tapas Bar. I'm actually going to group those two together because they're owned by the same people. They're about 2 doors away from each other. They have a different vibe, similar menu, but to be honest, they're both tapas-based restaurants. You'll notice a theme in my top 5 picks. A lot of them are basically based on socializing. Friends of ours have brought us there recently, so it's a recent discovery for me. But I must say, every time I've been there, fantastic. At the Bodega, there's sandwiches there that are to die for. They are amazing little bite-sized sandwiches, a variety of different flavors. You know, it's just very cool to share a big plate, 10, 12 people, whatever you get together, go to the Bodega or the Tapas Bar. And again, Tapas Bar has been around for a long time. I remember going out to the Tapas Bar about 25 years ago when I used to go 4 or 5 times a week. So it's been around for quite a while. If you're at the Tapas Bar, you want to do the portobello mushroom salad. It is amazing. Back when I was about 25, I actually went there a bunch of times and I was like, I'm going to figure out how to make that honey mustard reduction that they do. So one of those things that I know how to make, and it's very few things that I actually make ever, but that's one of those things. Number 4 is Zambres. It's been around again for a long time in Victoria and people talked about it for a long time. I just don't go out as much as I used to. You know, back when I was 25 to 32, I was going out 5 nights a week, but I just don't go out as much as I used to. I never really got to Zambres, so because of it, I hadn't experienced it until just about a year and a half ago. The same group of people that took me to Bodega and Tapas Bar recently took me out to Zambres, and it was a great experience. It was amazing. Top-notch service, food was excellent. That same group of people, we ran into a reservation issue at the Bodega and we ended up at Zambres and it worked out perfectly. So a recent discovery for me for sure. Number 3 is Glow Restaurant and Lounge. Now it has a fantastic patio. Top summertime place for lunch, by far my favorite. Always a good time, always good people. Servers are amazing. They unfortunately don't take reservations on the patio in the summertime, so it can be hit and miss whether you get on the patio, but well worth the wait if you are lined up there. Summertime, it is hot and gorgeous out there. I've taken many meetings out there. I'll sit there for a couple of hours, do a couple back-to-back client meetings or just meeting with friends. Again, a friend of mine I think owns a portion of the restaurant, but I am not being biased in any way. Just get a little extra special treatment when I'm there sometimes because of it. Probably 10 or 12 things on the menu that I would eat on a regular basis. So it's always consistent, always nice. We've had private parties there. It's a huge venue, so you can actually fit 10 or 15 people on a table, no problem at all. We've had DJs there before for private venues, and again, just a fantastic restaurant. Number 2, Cafe Brio. This is also a recent discovery of mine. I really only started going there about a year and a bit ago. It has been around for a while. I just had never been there until I got drawn there by friends organizing something. The signature drinks that they have there are on par with the top lounges that are just specifically drink driven. Cocktails are amazing. They're craft, artisan made cocktails. The food is to die for. I've had the ribeye steak there. I've had a bunch of different meals and everything is always like next level. Owners typically are working there, so they're happy to sit down with you and share or talk about different things and address anything, or if you happen to have any issues, but I've never had any issues. They're just welcoming and warm people. It's definitely an amazing place to go for a date night, maybe a group of 6, but I wouldn't go any bigger than 6 there. Again, mostly date night, atmosphere, that sort of thing. Number 1 coming up, but I'm going to remind you just to subscribe, like, make a comment. Actually, I'd love to hear your restaurant recommendations because, to be honest, I don't go out nearly as much as I used to, so I love trying new things. Actually, my wife and I go out on a date night at least once a week, so Love to try new places, so just drop the comments below and I'll be happy to try out any recommendations you guys have. So my number one place is called Il Terrazzo. It's been my number one place since about 2004, 2005. Again, I used to go out maybe 5-6 times a week, and quite often I would start my evening there with a nice dinner. I would just literally just sit at the bar because I was a single guy then, and to be honest, if there's 2 of you or more, a reservation here is very difficult to get. It's been around Victoria, it's a staple, has not even been touched or renovated inside for, you know, almost 30 years now. It's just been that good and that consistent, so everyone lines up to go there. Reservations are hard to come by. Typically you're booking 2 or 3 weeks out. But the reason this restaurant is my favorite right now is not because it's my favorite restaurant, it's because it's my wife's favorite restaurant. Like I mentioned, we go on date night at least once a week, and quite often we end up there because she loves it so much. And so, you know, happy wife, happy life. So we sit down and we get to connect. It's an amazing experience. The food is fantastic. Servers are next level. So again, you're getting that great service that you'd expect in a fine dining restaurant, but it doesn't have fine dining prices. It's actually pretty reasonable. They haven't really increased their prices as much as other restaurants have over the last couple of years. So because of it, it's actually fairly affordable date night. So again, if you want to check that out, that's Il Terrazzo. It's on Lower Johnson. Really cute, quaint place. It's almost got an outdoor sort of patio and feel to it. Amazing heaters, gas fireplaces and stuff, so it's nice and cozy. Really cool date experience. I'm open to hearing any recommendations you might have. Just put them down in the comments.